welcome back to another episode of So She Reads. I'm Anaya.
I'm Megan.
And today's episode, we are going to be discussing Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. We literally just finished this yesterday.
Yeah.
Read it in a day for you guys.
Yes. Because I feel like, the hype is not as big as like other books that have come out recently, I guess.
Yeah.
But the world is going still crazy over off campus.
I know.
So
I'm still thinking about that.
But good news is that this is one of our favorite authors.
Yeah.
Like, she's so good. We like her contemporary romance.
Yes, she's
vibes.
a great contemporary romance author.
I think she's a great writer, honestly. Yeah. Because I just really like just diving in. I just like how she makes everything mature.
Yes. And honestly, I'm not big on small town romances, but
You think you're not big on it?
I know. She does them really good.
She does.
And Megan Quinn does them really well too.
I haven't read Megan Quinn yet. She's been asking me
dying
to do it.
for her to read Megan Quinn.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it. Oh, it's the Christmas books, right? Okay.
She has other books too, but
I know.
Yeah. Elsie Silver does a really good job with small town romance and not making it feel super like cheesy in a way. I don't know.
Not like Hallmarky.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, which again, I'm still there watching Hallmark movies for Christmas, no shade.
So to give you guys a little bit of a blurb of what this book is about, it is a contemporary romance set in a small town in Canada, and it follows the story of Emmett Bush Brandt, who is a bull rider, and then the FMC is Julia Silva, who is trying to make it up and coming in the director Hollywood space.
And just so happens that her brother is the rival to Emmett. So
yes. It is really cute. If you want a good, lighthearted, contemporary romance, this one would be for you.
It's a good palate cleanser for me specifically because I'm not really big on contemporary romance. I don't know, guys. Sometimes I love them, and I do love it because I'm like, aw, or I'm like, yes, or whatever, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, stakes aren't high enough. So yeah.
I know, but this is like my bread and butter. I was literally kicking my feet the entire time reading
I
this.
know.
I love it.
Literally, she's 3 chapters in, and she's just like, I love it. And she's like, I love love. And I'm like, everything we read has love in it.
I know, but it's just like, there's just something about a contemporary romance that gets me every time. I love it. And it's so funny because I literally was like, I just finished 2 dark romances this week, actually. And then I was like, crap, I have to read this book because we have to film on Saturday or Sunday. And I was like, ugh, but I don't want to read a contemporary romance. I was like this, and I was like, I don't want to read it, like whatever. But I was like, okay, I gotta get it done. I read it. I was like, oh my god, I love this.
Thank God too, because guys, catch her on a bad day. She'll be like, I hate this. This is ridiculous. So thank God. Okay, so I guess the unspoiled version, right, would be that this is same town, but I guess perception versus reality situation.
Yes.
Thinking you know what you know about someone until you get to know them.
Yeah. It's rival's little sister as a trope. And then it's also like dating show, like fake dating type vibe. But other than that, before we jump into like all the spoilers, all the things, our official thoughts, what did you rate it out of 5?
I haven't rated it yet, but if I'm gonna rate it out of 5, I would say a 3.5.
Wow, she hated this book.
I didn't hate the book. I didn't. It's just, again, like, I
know. It's not your thing.
It's just contemporary romance.
No, it was a 5.
Not to belittle it.
No, I know what you mean, but it's not, there isn't a whole lot, like, contemporary romances don't have a whole lot going on. It's literally just a love story.
Well,
you know
if I factor in the spice, 4. I factor in the spice because the spice was giving.
It was giving.
I loved the, like, angst, the, like, tension, the, like, stop looking, you know? So that I did like. So, yeah, I guess a 4, I would say.
As a contemporary romance lover, it was a 5 for me. But it was good. Okay. It gave me all the feels. It gave me all the things.
Okay.
So.
I look at you and I'm just like, all these crazy books we read about all this stuff, and you're so harsh on them. But a contemporary romance, if the banter's there and the smut is moving, she's like, I love this. Swear to God. I'm looking at you amazed right now. I'm just like, really? That was 5 stars?
It was so good.
It was good, but I guess I just scaled them differently.
I don't know.
But for contemporary romance, I will say Elsie Silver, like her, I like all of her books like that. Because I actually prefer them over like some other books, actually.
I don't know, and I have me second guessing. Maybe it was like a 4.5.
No, stick with your five.
No, you see what she does? You see what she does?
No, stay with your chest.
No, it's true. No, I honestly, I really loved it. I think it gave me all of the things that I look for in a contemporary romance, to be honest with you. Now, are there better contemporary romances? Of course, but
I have yet to read them, but
I like, even in her other series, I think that there was, like, I love, to me, Wild Side, Wild Card were like edged it out a little bit, but it was still a 5.
Yeah.
You know
Wild
what I mean?
Side I liked a lot more, actually.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but for me, it was still a 5. Like,
yeah. Wild
it's
Side
just,
for me was a 5.
Oh my God, Wild Side was
It was
fantastic.
so good. But it was so good too. It just, again, the stakes weren't high enough. Wild Side, I guess I bump it up to a 5 because of the stakes. Like, I felt like it was something you can kind of be like, oh my goodness, like, so sweet, so sad, so many things.
Love.
Yeah. But in comparison to like something like the Twisted series, that is a little younger, a little bit more like that's 5-star materials in comparison. Because I love the Twisted series, but definitely I would say like they're not 5 stars for me. One of them was 5 stars. The rest of them were not. Okay.
I don't know. You know me. I'm an Anna Hong stan. So.
I know. I love Anna Huang, and I want to know the story. Again, I'm here for the vibes, but like, again, there's other books that I'm just like, that's a 5, you know?
No, I know.
Yeah.
I will say I guess my 5-star scale is different depending on the genre.
That's what I'm saying, because I feel like we read a fantasy book and you're like, this was trash. I feel like she gets into editor mode and she's just like, let me count the ways of how this was garbage. You know, and I'm just like, well, there she goes. But
yeah, so like if we're judging contemporary romances, I think I judge them a little bit differently because it's not going to be as high stakes.
You know, comparably speaking, I would say that this kind of gives the Kings of Sin kind of maturity level. Except billionaires versus not billionaires, right?
Yeah.
But like, I just feel
adult
like
versus like younger,
because they
like,
handle the situations more adult.
Yes,
it's like
I actually absolutely love that about Elsie Silver. Yes. All of her books, like that we've read so far, and we haven't done the Chestnut Springs series yet, or the other ones. The only ones we've done was the Rose Hill series, which is Wild Love, and then we did Emerald Lake, which is new. Yeah. But all of them are extremely mature in the way that they handle like that third act breakup type situation, and I love that.
Me too.
Because I hate when the third act breakup is just like
annoying as all hell.
Oh my God.
It's just sometimes I'm kind of like, it was not that big. Nobody's dying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
I'm like,
exactly.
There's no evil person keeping everybody under a mountain with a spell. And like, the stakes are like, you know, this guy's gonna get crushed. You know, there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like they handle it very lifelike, like very realistic.
No, for sure. And I think that's, again, like what I said, I definitely rate them on a different scale, contemporary romance versus a fantasy or dystopian or whatever, because there's a lot more to like, there's a lot more world building. Like, how are you actually building the power, like the magic system, the characters, the plot? There's plot holes. Is there not plot holes? Things like that, you know? Whereas like a contemporary romance for me, it's just like, it's a romance story. Like, so how in love was I with the romance story that you fed me?
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm a little harsher when it comes to contemporary romance, but also when it comes to dark romance.
Yeah. Dark romance too, I will say.
Because it can get a little unhinged.
Yes.
Where you're just like, stop drugging that girl. Like, I will say that to the death of me, guys. I swear to you, because I'm kind of just like, this is not realistic. Like, you can't have this girl be like drugged out for the last 7 days. 5 of them she's passed out. Like, what are you reading right now? Wake that girl up.
Yeah, no.
So yeah,
I definitely judge dark romances too a little bit harsher than a contemporary romance.
Yeah. But okay, so that's it. That's our spoil-free rating, as well as the blurb, as well as what we think about, just
our little thoughts on this so far. From this point forward, spoilers galore. As always, if you don't want any spoilers, we love you, and we'll catch you in the next video.
If you like spoilers, stay.
Welcome. All right.
Okay, you've been dying to talk about this, but so go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I fucking love this book.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna love it. Literally 3 chapters in, you're like, I love this.
Okay, because
mind you, baiting me for the last day to talk about it, and I'm just like, no, we're about to sit and talk about it.
Because I fucking love the Bachelor franchise.
Okay,
I love it. Is my guilty pleasure. I will watch The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise. That is my shit. If you love The Bachelor, like,
you'll like this.
You will be obsessed with this book because essentially it is a Bachelor style TV
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
He's the Bachelor. He has to date 10 women, whatever.
And don't get me wrong, when I was younger and the show was on, but then after like the first 10 seasons, I was like, I'm done with this.
No, I love it.
I'm exhausted. Then they started
is-
doing other things. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I love it. So to me, I was like, oh, yes, in book form.
I know, the moment you said that, because that's something she did say to me I was just like, yeah. So, and it's always the opposite.
I know.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? That didn't really bother me so much.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Bachelorette thing. It was okay, wait. You know what? You keep going.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So it didn't bother me so much. It was just that, like, I felt like at some point I was like, guys, you can't hold out for 6 weeks.
I will say.
Also, you have her apartment available. Why are you sneaking in? Why are you making it more? Why? Why are you making it more difficult to get caught? And that's exactly what they did. They caught you doing exactly that. You would have been fine had you just been on the other side of town doing your thing.
Yeah.
But no, you were being messy. You're being sloppy. And for me, I'm kind of just like, well, I guess your job doesn't matter that much to you, boo. And then also with him, I was kind of just like, your whole family farm, you're willing to risk it over something like. Act like you've seen a girl before. Jesus Christ. Like that. And then also, like, I just was like, oh my God. And then, I don't know. So like, all of that in my head was just like, it's not, for me, I'm like, babe, you got 500,000 on the line? We could wait.
Yeah.
Like, we could wait. Like, okay, we could sneak something in.
But it
like,
wasn't just that. It was that plus the year after that they wouldn't have been able to date. They would have to been sneaking
yeah,
around.
but that would have been so much easier because the whole land would not have been plugged up with cameras everywhere.
No,
That's
I agree. It was kind of
doable.
stupid. I do agree. It was a little
So
stupid.
that to me was annoying, right? I mean, I knew everything was going to work out because...
Of course.
Which I loved, whatever. Which as soon as... Actually, I knew early on that they were going to go that route with as far as like getting attorneys involved and like breach of contract, stuff like that, because I was like, they're taking too much liberties to his like privacy. And then also, I mean, with a director like that...
No. I figured it was going to be something
illegal,
like that too.
So like, no.
I was like, he's going to walk away. Either he's going to walk away, he's not going to owe anything, and they'll just like chalk it up to whatever, or he's going to end up winning. Like they're going to have to fulfill their side of the contract and their agreement.
Yeah, but I totally knew everything that was happening with Evelyn as well. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, that was written on the wall.
I know. It's just like, when are they gonna aha moment that one, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wasn't super surprised, obviously, that she was sleeping with the producer either. Like, be for real.
Yeah.
But I did love the fact that Catherine was in on it, though, and did help them out a little bit. I thought that was cute. Where she was like, if I'm not finding love.
But they didn't need it, though. They did not need it.
But again, I think for me, it was like, okay, it's cute because at this point, you're like, he's thinking, like, I still have to go through with this. You know what I mean? So she was like, let me help you out. So like that, it's kind of like...
I don't know. These people have a disorder or some shit. Something's wrong with them. Like, your first kiss has to be on set, like, and that intense.
No, I was gonna say, I was like, are we shitting? Like, there's.
It was giving Bridget and Reese.
No, it really was like, okay, let's be for real. We love a good, oh my God, will we get caught type situation.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
But you're literal like. Everything is on the line.
It was the like, it's just certain things that I was kind of just like. Also, who is so stupid? Like, I don't know. Adults, like, come on. It's not like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Go and give me head, and everything just changes my whole situation. Like, bruh, I get it. It's great, cool, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. It was giving very, like, that part of it was kind of just unrealistic, I guess.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, I've been in that, like, you've been in those situations where you can't keep your hands off of somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, but also, again, time and place, and we're all adults here.
Yeah.
So I feel like this whole thing of, like, can't help it, need to do it, this is how I'm going to fix your whole day. It's just like, grow up. I mean, I'm reading the shit out of it, but I'm like, grow up.
No, but I mean, it was one of the things that he said too, where he was like, I just feel like I'm a teenager again. And it's fun to have a romance like that. So I think.
But I feel like also, like I said, it's not such high stakes. So when they do that, I feel like they're trying to forcibly make it high stakes.
Yeah.
When in all reality, it's like, yeah, so I don't know. That was me. That was my thought on that. But everything else, I love the MMC.
Yeah. His family.
The FMC. I love his family. I love her family
so
too.
Good.
I love the fact that they have little traumas, but it's not something that's like they don't want to off themselves like another guy. He's guy is literally planning to off himself.
I know. He got so melodramatic in that second book.
I mean, so intense. But like they have real stuff because that's real. You know, you have.
I will say the only thing that for me was like a little bit whatever was like because of her own trauma with the whole like in the beginning that he saved her from like the potential like date rape thing, and then she like swore off men for like 2 years. I was like, girl.
No, but you know what though? I will say I felt like that was more realistic.
Really?
Yes. I feel like when you're the type of person that walks through life thinking things can't happen to you, you get traumatized. Some people think they're nothing, like they're untouchable, and then when something affects you, you're like, holy shit. Like, I need to change my brain chemistry.
I think for me, Elsie too, coming off campus, I was like, that makes sense. This. I was like, nothing happened to you. Like, you know what I mean?
I know, but it could have.
No, I know. Again, I'm not minimizing
like,
anybody that's ever been through that experience or whatever, because, you know, whatever. But again, reading it, especially coming off of just reading off campus to then reading this, I was like, girl.
Yeah, but also like different, like, okay, so like check me out though. So this is what I think about it, right? I think that like sometimes things happen to you and you have to get to a point of acceptance. But sometimes things could have potentially happened to you and you start questioning yourself as a person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Because if it happens to you, you have to understand that it was not your fault. It was that other person. Yeah. But if it could have happened to you, you do sit around thinking like, I didn't know this person. How could I have potentially like...
That makes sense.
You get what I'm saying? And sometimes people are more extreme about it than not. And I feel like what she did was like, she kind of like started, but the way she did it was more realistic. It's like she started investing in like other things. And also it was like, those are not such bad things. What she was doing,
at all.
Planting, going to the gym, eating, like going to the farmer's market. I'm kind of just like, girl, you're thriving. Thriving right now. So if that's the way you're gonna handle it, handle who? Like, do your thing, girl. Yeah. So yeah.
I will say, this definitely has me wanting to read the other series.
Me too. I'm gonna
because I want to know everybody.
Theo and this girl, and yeah, me too.
Yes, me too. I just need to know.
So I'll be using those as palate cleansers for sure.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, because they're quick reads, and then also like I just love a good happy ending, and I just love the fact that again the stakes aren't that high. Sometimes I get off of reading like. We were supposed to read another book, and I read that book, and the stakes are really high in that book. so reading this was kind of like, everything works out, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, I love his family.
His family is amazing. I thought his grandmother, like his Oma and Opa, were so fucking cute.
So cute.
Are you kidding? At the end, towards the end, when she like streaks across the thing, that had me dying.
I was dead.
No, I straight up was dying.
I was dead. I was just like, no, she didn't. She's like, you want titties too? What is happening right now? I was like, I looked out the window. There's a dragon and a unicorn there. Like, what? With a box of pizza. That's so funny.
It was so cute. And I just love how tight-knit his family was and how they were just like all just like a cute little like cohesive unit. It was.
I really liked the story itself, honestly. Like the way that it went, I feel like it dragged a little bit because of the like 6 weeks of the Bachelor kind of vibe, whatever. So that kind of dragged a bit. And then also like I just feel like early on, he's kind of problematic because it's like you're there to meet these girls, but you're showing interest in just one girl, and you're forcing her hand on a lot of it. And of course, he's a hot guy. She's not going to say no to the attention because she's a hot-blooded woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is she going to do? So I felt like, but he was the one kind of like edging it on more.
Who, with Julia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, I'll show you a place.
Yeah.
And then being on his thing, like wearing underwear, drinking coffee, knowing that trail leads back to his house. And then like, I'll show you a bar. And then like showing up on her date. Like, you're the problem,
that was hilarious, though.
Sir, you're the problem. And I love his sister, that Parker. She's just like, yeah, I love when he's calling her. She's like, he can wait.
Yes.
She was like, he can afford the karma.
Yes. I loved his sister. It was so cute.
Yeah.
And then, no, I love that entire scene where he's like, come on, let's go out for drinks. And she goes, why would we go out to drink? Like, when we drink here.
Yeah, she's like, got everything we need.
And then he asked her for drinks at like the restaurant that Julia was going to go to. And she goes, sure, this is where you take your sister to go for drinks. Yeah.
I love that Julia went up to him and kind of was just like, I'm leaving.
I know.
He was just like, why? She's like, because I'm not going to sit here on a date with you watching me, bro. Like, I feel like that was so realistic.
No, 100%. Again, they had very realistic interactions, moments. I love how snarky she was, but it wasn't to past the point of
I loved her as an FMC, and
yeah.
I loved him as an MMC because, like, I think even with the flirtatious, like, moments that they had, they weren't kidding themselves.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's like, oh, he can't mean that.
Oh,
he can't
I know.
I love the part where he gets a boner when he's taking out the thing from her butt, and then later on when they're filming, she's staring at his crotch the whole time.
Yes.
Because honestly, like, that was hilarious. And then
because he was like, if any
like, hey,
girl.
why are you staring at my dick? Like, I just love that.
And she goes, well, I was testing a theory. You said that any woman bent before you, you would get one, and I don't see that. And that shit had me dying, bro.
I love how she goes up and she's like, she goes, imagine screaming out the name Cookie.
Cookie, yes, bro. She was just funny. She was
like,
so good. Like,
she was vibes.
Again,
I love her.
I don't always love an FMC, but she was really good.
I loved her as the FMC.
Yeah.
Honestly, she did not piss me off.
Elsie Silver has given me some good FMCs.
No, I've loved all the FMCs.
Like, I've yet to
actually.
be like, oh my god, I hate this FMC. And that
it's hard
for
to do
that.
For her.
Elsie Silver. Round of applause. Okay.
You did, because this girl's not easy to please.
No, at all,
yeah.
at all.
And honestly, no, I really liked it. And I love the fact that, like, she knew when to dismiss herself a little bit too.
I love that. I love that she gave him space, that she knew, like, she could relate to some of his traumas because her dad had passed away too, you know. I love that she stuck up for him again with his biological father. And then I just love that she was like,
she's like, you want me to fucking kill him?
That shit had me dead. But I also love the fact that, like, literally she was not, it wasn't miscommunication trope. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't this like, oh, he said something because, like, he was trying to push her away a little bit at some point, and she was like, I know he doesn't mean that though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I loved that because it was like, oh my god, if we start with this, that he doesn't. Yeah, like, he meant it. Like,
you know what it was? There was emotional intelligence.
Yes.
And we love that.
Yes.
Because that's realistic. Also, all these people are, like, close to their 30s. Like,
yeah.
If by then your frontal lobe isn't developed, go see someone, fool. Because Jesus.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. And I liked the fact that I loved it when they ran into her brother.
Yes.
And she was just like, you're early as fuck. And he's just like, really? You just walk out with my nemesis? And he's literally
nobody's
the worst.
fault to be 30 minutes early.
She's like, who's 30 minutes early? And I love that because that's so me. I would be like, what are you doing here 30 minutes early?
But I also love that she didn't, like, shy away from it either. And she was like, yeah, he's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's the worst. And then Emma's like, I'm right here. He goes, but you have to admit you're kind of the worst.
I love that. I really do love it.
It was good.
And I love that they did that little moment between him and the brother without making it a whole thing. I like meeting her family was great. I loved all of it, honestly.
There really wasn't any parts of this that I was just like, oh, why, like, are we doing this, you know?
Yeah, and the brother was overprotective, but a good amount. Knew his place also.
Wasn't like, stay away from my sister, like that. I hate that.
And not one of his siblings was a Nesta. You gotta love that. Yeah. You gotta love that. Everybody was like, all right, you're there for 10 girls. I love it. I love how they roast him in the group chat.
Oh my god, I know.
Because that's legit.
No,
like, they
for
roast
the
him
family
in the
group chat. Yes.
And this guy's like, you got 10 girls at your house, but you bring a whole different one to breakfast.
Yes,
wow.
I love that too. The whole, first of all, the breakfast scene. I thought that was so freaking wholesome. And then when they're eating the eggs and he goes, hold on a second, grabs the pineapples, puts it on, and then he was like, do you want some? She's like, sure. And everybody's looking at them like, what the fuck? And then he goes, it's a thing. And then everybody tries it. That was so
I'm
cute.
here to tell you, I'll be like, that's adorable, but I don't want any of it. I'm good, guys. I'm good.
No, but I just
we don't need to all like the same things.
I just thought it was cute
it
to
was
you know.
It was cute that he was making
display, but also that the family like joined in on it too and didn't make it like a weird thing, you know.
And I like that he was kind of like in his inner monologue was like, it did not feel weird to me at all that I wanted to take her. It felt like the most natural thing someone does. And it's so funny though, because I feel like she really allowed him to come on to her.
Yeah.
And he was like really intentional because she was just like, I know like the stigma around him.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to just play it by ear and like, I'm not mad about the attention.
Yeah. But I also think too, I think what helped was the fact that they already had that past history.
Yeah, she's just
because
like, I think
had she not, like, had they never had that encounter on the cruise, then she wouldn't have given him the time of day.
Maybe, or maybe not. But I mean, they were kind of forced proximity, so it's kind of
yes,
like.
But I mean, I think again, it was forced proximity where she was, I think, a little bit more open to hearing him out or like kind of like entertaining him because she's like, okay, there's something beneath all the like Playboy exterior.
But
that
even
you put
so,
on.
I feel like not really because like they said in the book, her brother went through that with her sister-in-law. So it's kind of like, I think at some point there would have been some, which again, I do like the fact that they kind of have that history together, which is very likely. It could happen. You could find yourself in a situation and someone help you that just knows you, but it doesn't care for you necessarily, but see something, say something kind of vibes. Yeah. And I actually love that they kind of like tackled that moment.
Yes.
And but done, like wrapped it up in a bow for us, so we're not there left wondering.
Yes, I know. I love that he went to Florida. He missed his qualifiers for it. I was like, oh,
I love that so much.
So good.
That was cute.
So freaking good.
There's certain things about the book that I loved, you know, but at the same time, it's just the stakes. The stakes are just not high enough.
I know, but that's your thing. Like you love a good high stakes. For me, this was more like, okay, in the world of contemporary romance that I read legitimately all the time, this is high stakes. You know what I mean? Because it's like forbidden love, blah, blah, blah. I don't like when it's like it's supposed to be high stakes and it's not.
I have yet to read one where the stakes are really that high, other than like Wild Tide, where it was like. It's so funny. I always reference my books standing over there. Like you guys know, like they're there. Yeah, but they're there. Like that, where it's like, oh, the fate of a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is like, okay, that's high stakes as fuck. Like,
no, I know, but I'm saying again, we're looking at for the most part real world situations, right? We're not reading a dark romance where there's like murder and literal like
someone's
death.
on a killing spree.
Yes,
and,
or you know, fantasy where it's legitimate war.
Like
this is as high stakes as like a contemporary romance is gonna get. It's usually very realistic in terms of like, okay, we're gonna breach a contract and shit, we could lose everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I like that versus like King of Pride to me wasn't very high stakes, even though it was supposed to be high stakes. Like, you're rich, he's rich, what are we doing here? Like, you're just like, be so for real.
You're gonna get the CEO position.
Right, exactly. It was like, come on, be for real.
You have a trust fund and all these things.
Right. So to me, that was like, okay, this is not high stakes enough, you know, like.
Yeah. I thought one of two things was going to happen, honestly, at the end of this book. I thought that either they were going to be, not the family, but that the production was going to be in breach of contract because of how unprofessional they were conducting themselves and trying to force the certain narrative while he was uncomfortable. So there was that. And then I thought the other thing was, or him sleeping with this girl. Or the other thing was, I thought that they were going to, like, the family was going to just fire them and say they can't have them take back the money that they have given them, not have given them, but like what they were gonna give them, and just rent out the property to people, and then that's how they would get out of the situation. So I thought that either way they kind of had options.
I thought they were gonna probably try to spin it and like to salvage the show, spin it on their relationship.
I thought that too at some point. I was just like,
I could see them spinning it and try to be like, okay, you know what? F it, like
technically, he's not in breach of contract. She's on the show.
Yeah.
She's just not a contestant on the show.
So I thought they were gonna be like maybe like okay, let's throw her as a contestant.
Like technically, we found love on the ranch of whatever.
Right, which would have been cool. Whatever. Like spin on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad with how it ended. I think it ended really well.
I prefer it the way that it ended because Mr. Weinstein, whatever the hell
Dickwad.
his name was. Dickwad needed
I also love that he came up with the nickname right in his head because he's like, his name is Richard Dick, and then he goes Wad.
And then it's like so funny.
And then everybody calls him that.
It's like you're not individual. Everyone thinks this about him. I love that too. And I think it was crazy that like I will say though that the moment that video was played for her. I was kind of just like...
Be for real. I was annoyed. That was the only thing that irritated me.
Why are you surprised that they have footage? Like that. Why are you surprised that they have footage of him moaning? You gave him head in the fucking bunker that's mic'd the hell up. Like, that's what's pissing me off about it.
I think for me it was like, I was more like, girl, what are we doing? Like, why are you even thinking that this is real? My first reaction would have been like,
I would be like, all your grounds are not safe, bro.
Yeah.
I am not touching you on those grounds.
Yeah. That one, but two, again, when they showed her the video, I wouldn't have believed it. Like, that was the only thing that irritated me, where it was like, okay, girl, why are you believing this? But then again, Parker was like, okay, let's sit through this. Let's really think about this.
Yeah.
You know, I also love the fact that Parker brought her to the crawl space, because that was like their little sacred space. So I thought that it was cute. That
I love that the grandfather knew about it.
Yes,
like, you guys think you're so mysterious.
He goes, the walls are not as thin as thick as you think they are.
This house could all blow down.
And he goes, shit, I'm gonna have to tell my
He's like, now I
siblings
gotta
about
tell everybody
that.
else later. No, I think that actually, okay, and also theory, I think that the book of the sister Parker is gonna come up, and it's gonna be her and her professor.
I think so too. Oh my god, that's so funny, because I'm thinking the same thing.
I thought that. And then something with Riley, but I think it's that she's gonna be the player.
Oh, I could see that. That'd be
And then
amazing.
it's gonna be like it's gonna be some soft-hearted guy and stuff like that. Yeah.
Just be like, okay.
Yeah.
No, I love that. But for sure, I really thought it was gonna be Parker and her professor too. That's so funny that you said that.
Yeah, I think that's my theory.
Are you setting that up, Elsie?
Also, I feel like I wonder if she has books on the grandparents.
I don't know.
Because I don't know, the way that they were kind of talking about it, it's like, oh, our story was crazy too. It kind of implied as if, kind of like a Theo and his wife kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where are those books at? I wonder. I don't
Who
know, something
knows?
to look into later.
Yeah.
But definitely, I did like it. I didn't not like it. I actually really love Evan, and I think one of the books is going to be on Evan too.
Well, I think this series is only 2.
I don't know.
So, at least what I was seeing online, but I don't know. It could be more. It would be nice if it was more than 2.
I wouldn't mind reading. Like, I actually really like the way she tells a story.
Yeah.
I feel at the end of it, I feel like nothing is left out.
Yeah.
I feel completion.
No, it's good. She wraps everything up. She leaves enough breadcrumbs to give you the next book, but you're satisfied at the end of it.
I will say this though, I think if she did fake dating, like real fake dating, she would do it right.
Oh my god, I know.
Because this one I felt like it was a little dragged on because of the weeks of
Yeah.
filming, and I was just like after some point I was like, they're still in the first fucking week. This is
Yeah.
crazy, right? But I feel like she gives you a certain amount of time where you're just like, of course they're gonna fall in love. It's not happening overnight. It's letting you know, like, and she gives different instances where they're kind of like they have different moments together. So I think with fake dating, your constant issue is like they went on one date and you call it fake dating, whereas she gives you like substance. Like,
Does she have a fake dating book? Please let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
I will read that.
So I don't know. I really like the way that she writes. I really love her author notes at the end. I know you don't read them, but they're so cute.
Actually, I did read the one in the beginning where she was like telling how this is like a remnant of like
where
her.
She went,
where she
I
kind of
read
grew
it.
up. Yeah, I know.
I read it all the time too, guys.
Whatever. Anyway.
I love that too. I know. I love that you read it though.
Yeah. I was like, wow, Megan's gonna be so proud of me.
I am. Yeah, no, I thought it was so cute that she's kind of like, even at the end where she's kind of like, oh, some of this is based off of stuff that I've been on. And she mentioned something about The Bachelor. I was just like wondering, I was like, was she on The Bachelor? I need to look into this more now. So, no, but I really did like it.
It was good. All in all,
Yeah.
personally, a 5 out of 5 for me.
4 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3.5 to 4 for her.
Yeah. I think a 4. The more I talk about it, a 4.
It was good.
It was cute. It was super cute.
Again, it's just wholesome, good writing.
I love
it's
that he
good
proposed
story.
at the end.
Oh, I
love that he
know.
retired and like
I
did
know,
what
and
he
then
wanted to do.
And then he won, and I just loved that.
And the farm is saved.
I know.
All the things.
And I also love that he proposed on Christmas. Which is like so sentimental for him because that's when his parents died.
Yeah, I love that she she recalled the
Yes.
memory of his grandparents dancing inside of the house.
Yes.
I thought that's so cute because I don't know about you guys. Fun fact about Megan is I look through people's windows when I walk outside. If your windows are open, if your blinds are open and I'm walking like outside running or walking, I'm looking at your furniture, your decor, especially if you live in my neighborhood and we have the same layout. I'm like, I wonder what table they put under that chandelier. What chandelier? I'm curious. So I feel like that was so cute.
This is not gonna do it. She's like, I look through people's windows.
I think people do that, okay? People do that all the time. I leave my windows open so people can't look in my windows.
You psycho.
I'm like, the least I can do if they're looking in mine. If I'm looking in theirs, they should be able to look at mine.
Oh, that's psychotic.
Well, I don't know. Maybe because I lived in condos for so long.
Maybe.
And,
That's fine. It's fine. I'm not
But yeah, no. So I felt like that was something I could relate to because I would totally like look through someone's window driving and be like, I would stop. I probably would stop and be like, that is so cute. Bye. Take off. That's something I would do. So I was like, oh, I love that she did that.
Oh my
so
gosh.
cute. No?
I was trying to think about like some of the quotes that I had highlighted in my book.
I like the quote. I did like the diner people, that she had like a place that she was a regular at. I did like that she was like, oh, your life is messy. Stop being such a germaphobe.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes. Cute. That was a cute quote. There was one that he said that I can't remember.
I know. There was one that he said that I was like, she's going to love this
I
quote.
know, and I can't remember. Where's the Kindle? But I don't know. It's fine.
There were
I highlighted a few
liners there. He was actually really like good. The part where they're at the bar and they're behind the bar and they're there making out and stuff, and then someone comes out. I feel like he was just like, I felt like, why there at that moment? Or when this lady, when Evelyn and the girl got into a fight, Evelyn and Cookie got into the fight.
Oh yes, and then I was like, bruh.
Yeah, when they were like after that, when she left, I love that she went to her dad's grave and like told him all about him.
Yes, I loved that.
And then when she goes to the thing and he's there, her diner.
I know. I just love it.
I love how they like talked about it and they were just like, yeah, so I think we need to cool it for a bit. And he was just like, you should go on that date. I was just like, he doesn't mean that shit. I love that she did it.
I know.
Because it's like, don't tell me shit you don't mean. Yeah, don't tell me to go on a date. I'm gonna go on that date.
No, I loved it. I did. He's a great MMC. And he was just like that guy. And I just loved that he was like, after they had their like mind-blowing kiss and like they just like started like things, he was like, no, I'm not kissing anybody else.
Yeah.
No.
No, okay, that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Okay, I agree.
I'm gonna say, I'm sick of this
liked
shit.
it. I liked it, but for me, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, dude, like, it's one or the other. In my mind, when I was reading it, I was like, either you're gonna be all in and pretend for the show and just do it, like she's giving you the okay, obviously, like don't have her on set. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, okay, you keep looking at me, I'm not gonna be on set anymore.
I'm not losing my job for you.
Right.
I'm not, yeah, exactly.
Right, like I'm not gonna be on set anymore. Like, there's that. Because now all eyes are on us.
Also, like, okay, let's grow the fuck up, guys. A kiss is nothing.
Right. So I was like, also too, again, if this is what's gonna sell and I have to do this and XYZ, then like, I'm gonna go all in, even if I don't want to. You know where we stand. This is acting at this point. You know what I mean? I'm an actor, and at this regard. But while I'm doing all of this, I'm working with my lawyer to see how the hell I can get out of this.
Exactly.
That's how I would have done it.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything was so like intense, like that they couldn't help themselves. And I get that, but at the same time, it's like that's not realistic to me. And also, dude, this is what kills me. I hate it when we read a book and the guy's like, I'm never gonna fall in love. I'm a playboy. I don't believe in that. Boom, they hang out one time with a girl. Everything changes.
I know, I love that.
It's like, no, that's not realistic at all.
I love that. For me, it's
it
more
would have been
like,
funnier. I think it would have been funnier if, okay, wait, say what you were going to say.
Okay, no, I was going to say, I love, like, if it's, like, a player type character or MMC, that, like, they hang out once and he's like, damn, there's really something different about this girl, but, like, also, like, keep up the charade type vibe. And then, but, like, it's the girl. It's the one. You just know.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that after hanging out with a person one time, you think that it's the one. I think that there's an attraction. I think on the surface, I think love at first sight is more like attraction first, and then curiosity, and then intention afterwards. So I
don't know. I don't hate it.
But it just bothers me because it's just not realistic. And again, if you're gonna drag out a book, it would have made more sense to me is like if he would have been more flirty with the girls, a little bit more handsy, did kiss them, but then later on realized he didn't want to kiss them. And started like, because that to me is kind of just like.
But I think the thing is too,
more realistic.
But he never wanted to do it to begin with. So like it was not something that he wanted. He only did it for the check. So like he's already going into this like, I fucking hate this. So.
Again though, but you really need the money. So it's like either be all in or be all out. I just don't like a whiny person. I don't like. And again, so like, so that was the only thing that really annoyed me about that. But other than that, everything else I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No notes.
I had notes, but they were just realistic notes, I guess. But again, for the sake of the story, I get it.
Yeah. That's a wrap on this episode of So She Reads.
Guys, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms and comment down below if you read the book, if you liked the book, any recommendations, other books for Elsie Silver. We would love to see.
Yes. We will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.